I'm Shreya. I am 21 years old and I'm currently studying filmmaking at Digital Film Academy in New York City. I was born and brought up in Hyderabad in India. I was brought up in a joint family. That's where I spent 21 years of my life, surrounded by all my uncles and aunts and cousins. All of us lived in a really ancestral house. And one drawback of coming from a joint family is that it makes you dependent. When you're surrounded by so many people and you are pampered so much, everything from breakfast in the morning to setting your bed at night is taken care of by somebody, or there is somebody to help you around with it at least. You, I mean, I think that has somehow made me less responsible than other people my age, perhaps. I don't know. And then there's my dad, who was and still is very overprotective of me. He's very attached to me, and even as a kid, although my school was like at a distance of 5 minutes from my house by walk, he wouldn't let me go alone. He would come to drop me and pick me up. And even while in college, as my other friends started attending college on their two-wheelers and stuff, he would either come drop me himself, or if I wanted to drive, if I was too stubborn about wanting to drive, he would follow me behind my two-wheeler just to make sure that I'm safe and stuff like that. Dear Baba, as I sit here, finally experiencing some relief and peace after months of heavy-heartedness, stress, and constant worry, I contemplate everything that has happened ever since the day I left India to come to New York. And I couldn't be more thankful for everything you, Mom, and Priya have done for me, and for the support I have always received from our entire family. Trust me, I'm aware of this. Yet, I do not know why I fail to show it when I most need to. When I have to be more kind, more understanding, more polite, more compassionate and considerate, I lose my temper. And then instantly get more selfish than I usually am and make a mess. I sincerely want to apologize to you for every single trouble and mistreatment I have brought upon you. I'm very ashamed of myself. And every time I speak to you rudely, I regret it the very next second. And I know this is a mistake I've been committing ever since I was young. And no matter what, I've constantly only failed at correcting it. I've said stuff which has hurt too deeply, and unfortunately, I cannot undo what has been done. But I'm willing to correct myself. I really, really don't want to treat you the way I do when I lose my temper. For the wonderful soul that you are, and even more so for the excellent father that you've been, you do not deserve even a single bit of it. I don't think any of my other friends can say that their dad has been there for them, irrespective of the choices they've made, let alone have a father who gives them the freedom to make their own mistakes. I must thank my lucky stars for being born in a family like ours and for being your daughter. I take pride in it. More importantly, though, I want to be able to express that right, because deep down in my heart, I have nothing but gratitude and immense respect for you. That being said, I want to give you an insight into my life here. We all know how I've been this pampered and spoiled kid who was once only exposed to a limited number of things and was rather overprotected from the real world. But with my own experiences, education, and self-awareness, I know that I have a gypsy soul. An old soul and a million dreams. A plethora of images in my head about how my life must be. And perhaps it stems from the fact that I've always got what I've asked for, that now a lack of control on a certain situation or not being able to deal with the situation the way I planned to in my head frustrates me to another level. In moments like these, I lose all sense of respect and etiquette, and I dare say humanity too. I turn into this wild thing, but that is a part of me too. I am an ocean that cannot be tamed. I am a bird that cannot be caged. I feel limited and it gets hard to breathe, almost suffocating. I'm not proud of this, but it is what it is. I want to make a life here in the USA. I want to be able to pay back you and everyone who has ever contributed to my growth and has shaped me or supported our family financially and emotionally. I want us to have a better lifestyle than to live in a house which is 90 years old and almost shattered. I want us all to live healthy and in hygienic conditions without having to think twice before we indulge in even a little bit of luxury. I want us to be able to take vacations as a family and be able to enjoy them, unlike our current situation where everyone is always constantly under pressure from the financial status. So much so that no one has a chance at enjoying the real things in life. I do really want to make it all better for everyone. I want Ajji to be relaxed at her age. I want her to just be and look at us all without a frown on her face or those lines of worry on her forehead. She deserves better. We all do. New York has taught me so much. It has inspired me. It has pushed me around. It has given me hope and then broken me down. But most of all, it has instilled in me the strength and desire to never give up. It has somehow made me more confident, and at the same time, it has given me the fulfillment and exposure that I so desperately craved. It has made me feel like I belong here, and I know New York belongs to me. It is now an integral part of who I am and who I will be years from now. I know I'm on this remarkable journey, and that with the right mindset, a little guidance, and while being surrounded by the right people, I can achieve everything I've ever hoped to. This city is not one to disappoint, Baba. I know it, I feel it, I believe it. Yet, on certain days, sometimes altogether, I feel overwhelmed and I get so consumed by everything around me, everything within me, and everything that is not me that I lose sight of my dreams. Either that or I see them so clearly and in such a large proportion that I feel like a speckle of dust. I'm eaten away by this unknown fear and pushed into a dark corner in my mind ruled by negative thoughts. It is a struggle and it takes everything in me to try and get out of it and to pull myself back up to go on. Just to go on. These are the days when I behave the worst. Again, I apologize for that. I'm working on it and hoping that I succeed sooner rather than later. But do know that I'm not giving up. Never will. Thank you for your patience, love, and unmatched support. Yours lovingly, Shreya.